growing. All good.
My guest today is Rob Dewar, Senior Vice President, Customer Satisfaction, Customer Services, and Product Policy at the Airbus 220 program. Good to see you, Rob.
Yeah, the same. Great to talk to you. Thanks for taking the time, as usual.
Always happy to speak with you. So, if I'm not mistaken, you're in Vienna today.
I am actually a very beautiful place, and also a very special day for the 220 and for our team.
So tell us what's the big event.
Yeah, so really special reward that we're receiving from the, it's called the Legends of Aviation, Living Legends of Aviation. And basically it's given to people who have, achieved, they call extraordinary things in aerospace. So. And honestly, I'm very honored, but at the same time, very humbled. You know, really, this recognition goes really to the whole team who worked so hard on the C series for many years. And I think after all the challenges we had to really get this recognition is very special.
That's why they gave it to you, Rob, because you're a good guy, good leader, sharing with your team. So, of course, this also follows that very nice recognition from JetBlue naming an airplane after you. See, Rob, everybody loves you.
Well, during the program, not everyone, I have to say.
Let's talk about that for a minute, because the path to where we are today has been, I don't want to say bumpy, but it had its moments. What can you tell us about the origins of the airplane? Not necessarily the program. The BJ, was it the BRX or BJX?
Good memory, Addison. Yes, it's called the BRJX, Bombardier Regional Aircraft. That's what it was called. Of course, as you know, Bombardier really had business aircraft, and of course, the regional aircraft really invented the regional, as you know, aircraft industry with the CRJ 200 way back. Of course, then they did the 700, which I participated in as well, and of course CRJ 900. And then they really saw that to grow further, the next market segment was really in that 100 to 150 seat market, which other people had exited. And really, what Bombardier really understood was there was really a need, but really you needed the right product to fill that market. And the previous products really were designed either short range, certain mission, but none of the products were really designed to cover the worldwide market. And so, and with, of course, the right operating cost, and of course now, of course, the right environmental footprint as well. And as well, the right, passenger, I would say, requirements for size, and even, passenger weights have gone up as well. And that was all taken into consideration. So really was looking at the market segment that no one else was really filling properly, and designing or finding a way to design the right product to be successful in that space.
It was an amazing visionary thing for the company to consider, given that they were definitely in the below 100 seat market. Or, I mean, the CRJ 1000, I think we would agree, was a stretch too far. The 900 was really the optimal size. But then to jump over that 100 number, that was ambitious.
I would say Bombardier are really known, as innovators and entrepreneurs and risk takers, to be honest. And really they were willing to go forward. And of course now we know it was a bumpy ride, but I mean the vision was correct, the product sizing was correct, and the performance was correct. All the attributes were correct. It just proved out to be a larger challenge than we had originally really thought about.
It would seem that it would be reasonable to say the program was the problem, not the airplane. The airplane.
I would say the program had the challenges, and in the end, it's I would say the program today is on very solid foundation, and I'm super confident it's going to be one of the most successful single-aisle aircraft, given its time. Yeah, their product I think it's pretty clear. Everyone really appreciates the product. Some key indicators of that would be, during the COVID when airlines had the choice of flying, whatever fleets they had in their capacity, the 220 was the highest flown fleet in the industry. And it really, I would say, is an attribute to all the performance and what it offers, operating cost, sizing, and range, which really proved to be a winner for them.
Yeah, it turned out to be an incredible product. I remember in the early days when we were visiting Montreal, and AirInsight was a big fan of the C series, then the 220. And people were saying, like, you guys are crazy. Why are you such big fans of this thing? And, well, I guess we were drinking the Kool-Aid that you guys are giving us. And we believed. And it looked, looking back, that airplane has delivered on the promise that was made back in 2010, 2009.
Yeah, we launched actually in 2008. So we made the promise in 2008 in July.
Here we are, and now everybody's talking about the 500 and the disruption that's going to potentially bring up. I'm not asking you about the 500, Rob. That wouldn't be fair. But Christian Scherer has said in my presence, it's not if but when. So of course your work isn't done yet.
Yeah, still a lot of energy, and I still hope to contribute a lot to the industry. And yeah, I know Christian's quote, and of course, strategically, we always looked at growing the aircraft in the future. And as you know, though, really our focus right now, as you know, is maturing the aircraft, supporting our customers at this critical time, lowering the cost, and ramping up the program. So, the sales have been rather successful, so we have a large ramp up to go through. So that's really a key priority for us right now. So both in Mirabel and Mobile in Alabama.
Do you find the supply chain is driving you crazy like it is everybody else?
It's definitely a challenge. So a lot of challenge in the supply chain, in our industry, but of course other industries as well. So far, we've been able to contain most of it, but it is one of the key challenges on the program, without question.
Fortunately, it's a thing that everybody's suffering through. It's not like you guys have it, nobody else has it.
Exactly.
Rob, one final question for you. As you look forward, now we're coming out of the pandemic, and airlines have to try and find airplanes that can do multiple jobs. So, for example, we see the MAX 9 and the 321 are very popular because they're upsized a little, but they can do more and they have more revenue potential. Are you seeing something similar in the segment for the 220 where an airline would rather go for something slightly bigger, in this case, the 300 versus the 100? We're seeing similar things probably with the E2 from the 190 to the 195. Do you think airlines just need to find something that's more of a size 9 shoe that will fit as many markets as possible?
Yeah, absolutely, Edison. So, the 300 is definitely more popular than the 100. That was always, even all the market studies that we did was pretty clear. Right now, the sales are roughly about, almost, 80% 300s and 20% on the 100s. Our market forecast was more in the previous, more 70-30, and still to be determined, to be honest. So I think the key thing is flexibility. That's what they want, a product that is flexible. Times change. No one saw the COVID coming. And of course, it changed really what the airlines needed to do, and it made the 220 more popular just because it has the capacity, long range, low operating costs, you have the right frequency. And so that's really key, that a product that can do, and for us, it was short runways, access those secondary markets, but have the long legs as well. And have also the payload capacity is also very critical. And so, yeah, flexibility, and it's true, we do see growth as people look to lower the operating costs, email costs.
Rob, thank you for visiting with me today, all the way from Vienna. Congratulations to you and your team on this recognition. And have an excellent event.
Thank you. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun, and few famous people here as well, so be rubbing elbows with some of them. And Addison, I want to thank you as well. You you said you drank the Kool-Aid, but I think you really also are really a visionary as well, and you look far into the future, and it was very much appreciated. I really appreciate working with you, Edison. Thank you so much.
That's very kind of you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a great day, Edison. Thank you.
Good.
Pwede na,